my name is Hedman Anglin, and I am an insurance agent, and today we're going to do the top 10 mistakes people make when shopping their auto insurance. They forget to ask the agent if the rate is based on running their driving record. So sometimes when you're shopping your car insurance, an agent you may not know quotes it, he gets you a rate back, all of a sudden the rate looks amazing and you're already starting the committed process to moving forward, and all of a sudden things start to change. Sometimes a policy can be issued and then reports come back later and the rate changes, and then it kind of feels like you were shoehorned into getting this policy that you thought would be one rate. So you ask your agent, is this rate locked in? Is this what it's going to be? So number 9, people assume that when getting a quote that the independent agent has all the carriers to look at, and that's not true. A lot of independent agents may have between 2 to 6 carriers to choose from. Sometimes independent agents work with a cluster of other agents to have more product. But what we recommend when you're getting a quote from an independent agent, ask them who they're quoting it with, so that way you know who they're not quoting with. And if you want to reach out to another agent that maybe is a captive agent, you could get a rate from them, and then you could circle back with the independent agent and compare those before you make your final decision. So number 8, they forget to let their current agent or future agent compare against the other competitive quotes that they're getting. And I'm circling back to the other question. So when you get another quote from someone else, if you already have a relationship with one agent and you've been happy with them but you're not happy with the price, once you get other quotes from other people, take it back to that agent and say, hey, look, before I switch and go somewhere else, would you mind looking at this quote that I'm about to go with? If they're a good agent, they'll do it because they want the best interest, and they have the best interest for you at hand. And if they can't offer you something better, then they'll let you go with grace. And if they have a concern about the quote that you're getting with someone else, they can tell you, well, just be careful and watch out for these scenarios. So it can be a mistake. If you don't do that, I would lean back to the other agent and say, are you sure that you can't offer anything better, especially if you have a relationship with that agent? Number 7, people that let their policy lapse because they know that they are switching or they're about to move. So sometimes they may be, they don't need a vehicle for a couple of weeks and they're like, well, why do I need insurance? So all of a sudden they just don't pay their insurance, and all of a sudden now they need a car insurance policy, and now they've created a lapse in coverage. And it does happen, and now all of a sudden you're surcharged and penalized for not having continuous insurance. So that's a mistake that we hate to see. Number 6, people forget to check or don't know about AM Best. And that is a website you can go to check the stability and the financial strength of carriers. So before getting another policy, go to ambest.com and you can actually type in the carrier and see what their ratings are. And so usually you're looking for insurance carriers that have an A or higher rating and that has a positive outlook. And if they have a B score or lower, then you want to really think twice before you switch your insurance to that carrier, because they're probably unstable and you don't know what that's going to do with when it comes claim time, or what's going to happen to that company in the future. Number 5, they miss small coverages that can become big issues. So you're trying to save money. So you get a quote from someone and they give you a good rate, but they did not include some features that could really come in handy. Some of those features are rental car reimbursement or towing or loan lease gap coverage or OEM coverage. That's for if people that have high-end cars that don't want an aftermarket part, they want their Mercedes muffler replaced with a Mercedes muffler. So OEM coverage is very important for some people, but it's a hidden coverage that if people are trying to save money, they may miss out on something that they wish they would have had. Number 4, people forget to ask about all the discounts that they are potentially getting. So it's really important when you're talking with the agent, what other discounts could I be getting? So just to trigger some memory here or thoughts, multi-policy discount, paid in full, smart driver, good student, student away at college, low mileage, married, highest level of education, occupation, driver, safety course. That's just to name as many as I could write down on a small sheet of paper. So there are quite a bit of discounts that you can get. Make sure that you talk to your agent about that because you could be missing out on some additional savings. Number 3, when they assume that it costs more working with an independent agent. There is a study out there that people are concerned about working with an independent agent because they feel like they may be charging for their services, and that's not true. There's no different from an independent agent working with a client as it would be with a captive agent. Where it comes into some differences is that insurance agents are paid a commission, and sometimes those commissions are different between each carrier, and those can range from anywhere from 5 to 20%. So it's important to know that because they are working for you, for your insurance, for your claims, for your services. So it's good to know that. But it's a mistake to not get it quoted by an independent agent. Ironically, I am one, so that kind of helps, doesn't it? Number 2, when they think about the loyalty to the carrier, and that's the reason why they don't shop their insurance. And what they have to remember is that just because you're loyal with the carrier doesn't mean that the carrier is going to be loyal to you, especially if you've had a couple of claims. It's not uncommon for someone to be non-renewed with the carrier because they've had a couple of claims in a shorter period of time, and now all of a sudden the carrier is looking at your whole policy and they're just saying this is not a profitable risk for us, and so it's possible that you could be non-renewed. So all of a sudden things change a little bit when the perspective about loyalty. And then the other thing is your carrier that you're with could sell to another company, so that loyalty could go away just based on the growth of a carrier switching or merging with another company. So that does happen. Number 1, the top mistake people make when shopping their car insurance. People forget to find out who the agent is that they're actually going to because they're saving money. So now all of a sudden you found a really good price, you're going forward with this new agent, and now you start doubting what did you just do. You are saving the money, but what happens, who is this agent that I'm now with? How will my claims be handled? How will they service my account? And so slow down a little bit, do a little research, and think twice before you make that commitment to that final price that you're getting to save money on your insurance, because it could be a mistake. So thank you for hearing those. Again, my name is Jonathan Anglin with Hedman Anglin Agency, and those are the top 10 mistakes people make when shopping for car insurance. If you have any questions, ask us, put them in the comments below, and then we'll respond and get back to you.